Righty-roo and kooky to you and all my nobody's not watching out there. So we're back to this, and it's just like, this sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help but feel a pang of guilt when you think about what awaits this guy tomorrow night. It's like, well, yeah, that almost happened to me, like, yesterday. It was a bad scene, but you didn't do anything to earn it. He chased you through the park. He kind of put himself in this position, and he thinks he's got some claim there, and he's an anarch, and I'm not, like, all for having, like, I support the anarchs. I'm just saying, like, in the world of darkness, that's, you know, they deserve to that, but he came off much more as a Sabbat, and it's like, because he called you Lick, which is more of a Sabbat thing. I guess that could be an anarch thing too, and maybe it is. I think it's more of a Sabbat thing. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope. I think so. Yeah, like, I mean, I just sort of used my powers. She went for it, and then I had to deal with that guy, and I was like, my bad! I'm gonna leave now. And he's like, no, you're not. I'm like, whoop, 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 whoop. And then he chased me, and then you found him, and then Jeffrey here, Gregory, fucking stabbed him in the chest with a piece of wood, and now he's in the trunk. So, I mean, could have gone much worse, I think. I think I am, yeah. I'll cope. I'm glad. She doesn't question you further. She seems distracted. Not all there. Her thoughts drift, and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We will pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. And just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory with a body in the trunk right in the middle of Manhattan. It's not a normal body. It's not like you have a living human being in the back where they're like, you got like duct tape over their mouth and they're all duct taped like a little piggy or something. This guy is staked through the heart because he's a undead, damned creature of the night. And he's basically returned to corpse form, but in extra rigor mortis. Did you cross paths with situations like this in the past unknowingly? What other secrets did you pass on the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven is just as you left it hours ago. Though the sun won't come up for some time, you feel tired. You learned something about yourself today, and it'll take some time to process. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Looks like there's a lot of books, but maybe those are, I don't know, books on tape, or 8-tracks, or really thick DVD collections. I don't know. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, lock the door. A moment of hesitation, but then you did the decision. This time you turn the light off. Oh, you can deal with the darkness now. I was born in the darkness. You were merely adopted by it. You think back to Julie. How many people in the city know about this vampiric society? How many are willing accomplices in sustaining it? And the thug you met in the park, if he's not Camarilla, then what is he? Are there independent vampires? How does that work? Man, like, being a person who knows so much more about the world of darkness, it's like, this is all fair questions. Like, I think this would be a good game to just go into, literally having no knowledge of it. More questions. You begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night when you can start crossing them off the list instead of adding to it. You close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. It greets you with open arms, like an old friend. Man, we got real close. We got real close real quick. Sorry, I accidentally pulled out my mic. So, rest. That's the thing. So day 3, I guess? I don't like that. Please stop that. You open your eyes, it's pitch dark here, the blackness of a coffin drifting in the abyss. Oh, right. The light. You grasp for the switch. Flip it. The familiar cramped room with a steel door, no windows comes into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake, just like yesterday. This time, however, Sophie is waiting for you, comfortably seated on the sofa in your living room space. A book in her hand, The Melancholy of Resistance. The title's sure on brand. Interesting. Good evening, Tobias. Good evening, Sophie. Or, how'd you get inside? Dude, she's definitely got a key. That's fucking stupid. I feel like sorry to have kept you waiting is the most polite way to deal with things. And, you know, sorry to have kept you waiting. Although, what? Is it fucking 9 and she just wakes up sooner than you? To be fair, I haven't been here long. I was enjoying reminiscing about the time when I called this my haven. The decor was much different, of course. Come, we have an appointment. I received word from Elysium that tonight would be account for your unruly friend from Corona Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. Man, that, like, I don't know, that just kind of throws me off. Like, that just shows a lot of her character right there. It's like, I received word Elysium would be... Elysium would be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Corona Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. It's just like, what, you guys just like... What, you send up the bat signal for every... I didn't realize how funny that'd be once I said it. I didn't mean it to be that double entendre, but you do that and then everybody just shows up? I mean, I guess they're like... It's one of those things, like, if you don't show up, we look down upon you, but if you're higher in status, we accept it. She keeps talking as you walk downstairs and get in the car. Gregor gives you a slight nod and a small smile, opening the door for Sophie. He calls the car and he starts the car when you take your seat in the back. Most of the Primogen Council is bound to be there. At least those who usually attend. Probably some other important personalities you do well to at least learn about. More politics! Great! I'm gonna ask how I should carry myself when inside. Even though that's sort of a simple question, I just want to, like, I feel like it's good to stay on her good side. He never told me if there's any savoir-vivre kind of rules I should respect when talking to other vampires. And I do feel like that's a valid thing. Like, if I've been disrespectful to her, like, I just walked up and, you know, we've been in the same general area, and I was like, oh my god, is this a lumberjack? You know, like, smelling the blood in the goblet, and, you know, she might have been like, okay, yeah, no, fuck this guy. You know, like, that's clearly a vintage, you know, burn victim or something. I don't know. Fuck. God, that just made it so much darker. Knowing that you're among your superiors is probably the most important. In our society, status comes with age. Pardon my sincerity, but you are insignificant. That seems fair to me. Not even associating with me can make that the fact that you've been kindred barely a few nights be forgotten. So know your place, stay out of superior's business, and show the utmost respect. That is fucking valid. Fucking, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just went on my first actual real hunt, and everything I've had was basically free, except for last night when I went on a hunt, and then I was apparently hunting in somebody else's territory. Then he was like, "Hey, fuck you, buddy," and I was like, "Hey, I will fuck off. That is perfectly fair, sir." And he's like, "Nah, that's not good enough." It's like, "All right, well, bye." But what if I do this? And just run away, and then he chased me. Thanking the prince for sparing you and maybe having a friendly chat with, Kadir publicly might show your gratefulness for being a part of the Camarilla now. I would suggest you make it sincere. It's like, nah, like Kadir, he scares me. But I don't think he wanted to kill me. I think he just would, because, it's his job, and I mean, he knew me for a night. What are you gonna do? Like, be mad at somebody who's like, I'll kill you. I met you tonight. It's my job. That's the person who's, like, in charge here. So, if they tell me to do it, I'm gonna do it. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. I have a reputation to uphold in the court. Do not tarnish it. There it is. She might have saved you. She might be protecting and teaching you, but it's clear she's really concerned about her own interest. Dadoy? That's not a vampire thing. That's just that's how people do be. You step into the art hole with something of a bad memory. The last time you were here, your entire world had been turned upside down. And you end up in a little place called Bel Air. No. And your existence nearly ended. Yeah. But tonight there is a very little hostility. Yes, Kadir gives you a look that definitely intended to remind you of your place, but the prince, also in attendance, seems pleased to see you. I mean, I found some anarch trash, I guess. I don't really think anarchs are trash, but I mean, maybe I did a good. Welcome, Sophie. Tobias, did I get that right? Good evening to both of you. I understand there is somebody else you wish to present to the court tonight. Yes, Prince, they will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. I mean, you're probably gonna get to cut off a head. You didn't get to cut off a head yesterday. Maybe my head was more worthy of being cut off, but we're both vampires, and that guy's probably an older vampire than me, so... batter up Mike Piazza. The prince gives Kadir a cold glance. Oof. Once again, it does not seem like they are the greatest of friends. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He's in a particularly foul mood tonight. Something to do with Tobias Bagetter eluding his grasps, I believe. Yeah, he probably used JFK to get the fuck out of Dodge. If he was an idiot, probably used something else. Ouch, that must have hurt his ego, even if his only reply is a crooked smile. Well, that's creepy. The mention of your sire makes you feel a pang of emotion again. Whoever he was, he left a lasting impression, one reinforced with your visit to the show space last night. That's the past. Right now, though, you're back in the gallery, and you are reminded of your sister instead. Emma frequents this place. Is she aware of these clandestine meetings after dark? Okay, so she comes here as a human? That's not great. Scary. The flaring up of the whispers in the gallery hall breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room, the jumpsuit-clad inert vampire still staked on his shoulder. The show's about to start. It's gonna suck, like, you know? The guy, like, got stabbed last night by Gregory. And he's probably been staked and stabbed and impaled since then. I mean, for all we know, just hanging out in the trunk of the car, because it's not like he can make noise or do anything. Because that's how the whole staking thing works. Sophie's driver places his charge in the middle of the room and nods respectively Kadir. The sheriff approaches the vampire, removes the stake from his chest. Oh wow, he's just like, wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. The captive's eyes flicker to life and he starts looking around in disbelief. Like a cornered animal, he backs out on all fours, keeps going in circles until he realizes he's trapped. That's just, oh, that's so sad. So maybe he's like out, like 100%. Like you get staked, you're not aware or present from the thing. Thus the surprise. Like his eyes were vacant. Now he's present. And he just sort of like, oh shit, fuck, and just backs up like an animal, like a dog, and then just does little circles like he's about to take a nap on a nice little pillow, and there's no nice little pillow, there's only death. Kadir steps on the man's chest and bends him to the floor. Why? Who do we have here? Oh fuck, oh shit, no, come on, don't. Silence. The sheriff takes on an aura of utter dread. He appears as if a primal force of nature and there's nothing absolutely you can do but shrivel in terror. The beast inside you shrieks, but you could swear it happens in unison with the instincts of some other guests here tonight. That motherfucker, damn, nature, you scary. And by nature, I mean Kadir. God, you fucking scary motherfucker. It's unlike anything you've experienced in his company during your turbulent first nights as a vampire. He really did go easy on you, all things considered. Yeah, he probably just used Dominate a couple times to make things faster and more easy. It seems like it takes all the hoodlum's willpower not to crawl into a fetal position and start crying. Oh shit, man. Fuck, man. I can't fucking do it. No, please don't hurt me, man. Don't. You and me are going to have a little talk downstairs at the prince's discretion. Please, go ahead, my sheriff. You heard the prince. Get up. Let's go. He doesn't wait for a confirmation. He just grabs the man and drags him, kicking and screaming, out of the room. Conversations start all around you. Some whisper, some quite overt. Like that Simpson episode where Ned Flanders goes to like a mental institution, and he's just like, the guy there, he like checks himself in. He's like, would you like to go peacefully or would you rather go kicking and screaming? He's like, ooh, kicking and screaming, please. It's like, wise choice. Many of, like the guy's suggesting why. He's like, yeah, wise choice. Many of us. Like, and he just sort of, two orderlies come out and drag his ass in. And he's just like, no! It's like, you submitted yourself, dude. Sophie looks somewhat bored of the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing to her particular liking. Well, my art isn't here, but not that that would make a difference. Torture in an art gallery? Will Kadir manage on his own? That's the wrong answer. What happens now? What's the score? What's brass tacks on the ape? I'll just do torture in the art gallery. For how cultured you all are, seeing torturing somebody in an art gallery doesn't seem to faze you. Oh, please, do keep your naivete to yourself. Peace and violence have always been two sides of the same coin. Most of us are too old to bother with keeping up appearances, except for literally all the time and everything at every moment. This is just the... It's okay to be a monster. It's not okay to be rude. Well, wonders never cease. Excuse me. Sophie leaves your side and goes to the corner of the gallery where a group of kindred, some seemingly pretty old-fashioned, gathered. Concierge offers you a drink. Still warm? It smells nice. Just a sip to start you off, a splash over your palate, coating your tongue and the inside of your cheeks. Nourishment. You're left to your own devices and you have a quick look around. The prince is currently talking to a dark-skinned woman you recall seeing here a few nights ago. She has a cold but noble countenance to her. Their conversation seems to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns your attention to the bespectacled man who saw you with Sophie the night of judgment. He's making the rounds, chatting up different patrons. You feel somebody's eyes on you. Casually dressed, plain man stands alone near a column watching you. He turns his gaze away sheepishly when he realizes you've noticed. Just, hey Tommy, how's the beeping? I feel like I should just chat up the man in the glasses casually, like, hey, how's it going, buddy? The man notices your attention, but it takes a few minutes before he pauses his mingling for long enough to actually approach him. He looks at you quizzically. Well, I mean, that seems fair. Tomas Otoro. Hey, I remember your fucking hair from before. You're that 10th gen motherfucker that probably had some hand in getting my ass all drank from and made vampy. I don't feel like any of this is good. I'm gonna go with pardon now. Pardon? It's my name. I assumed you'd like to know. Well, we made an ass of you and me. And D, and C, and B, and A, and 1, and 2, and 3, and ass. I know you, by name only, of course. Tobias embraced just a few nights ago, huh? Well, how's Undeath treating you? I'm beginning to like it. You know, I think I'm beginning to like it. Oh, already? Fast learner, are you? Good attitude to have. It'll take you places. He takes a moment to clean his glasses completely ignoring you until he's done and then puts them back on. I'm sorry. Got a bit distracted. You know, most of us don't need to wear these, right? I can see just fine without them, but it's a statement. The damn things keep catching specks of dust and other assorted shit, though. Never stay clean for long. Sometimes they're more trouble than they're worth, wouldn't you say? It's like, literally no one is making you wear these, and you're not even wearing things that hide the creepiness that is what your eyeballs are. So, that's kind of on you. No one makes you do this. You're like, I totally have perfect vision. I don't need this. If they're a pain, why wear them? They look good on you. I'm gonna go with they look good on you. They look good on you. Really? He's like, I will. You bet they do. God fucking damn it. Alright, that was a nice chat, but I'll have to catch up with a few other fellows tonight. Talk to you later. Jeannie? Hey, Jeannie! I need a gin. He doesn't even give you a chance to say goodbye. He's already off, grabbing 2 glasses of concierge tray and handing them to a mustachioed man nearby. You didn't notice Sophie mingling with the other element and has not been disturbed. You can still find time for at least one conversation. The guy looking at me or the prince? I thought they were the same person. I'm gonna talk to the guy looking at me. There's something about this guy. It's not he's staring at you. Most everybody in the room at one point or another. He seems shy, but maybe afraid. Standing alone with no something. So tell me, why am I so cool and interesting? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Just seeing how you're doing. You're still in one piece. That's good. I'm glad. The name's Larson, or you can call me Robert. Either's fine. Why are you standing alone here like this? I'm not hugely liked around these parts. I'm surprised you wanted to talk to me again. You're new, so you probably don't know. One of the Prince's Panhard's Primogen. I'm here on business in case the Prince requires insight. Initially, so she can hear me out before ignoring me. That's great. Not sure if it's another night or divergent or whatever, or not divergent. That's huge. Thank you. I didn't even think about changing the Prince's mind. Go greasers. Even if he didn't change just fine. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Listen, I don't want to be rude, and I appreciate you reaching out, but what advice? Stay away from me. Many vampires in this sect regard my position as primogen of some kind. A joke, you know, we talk about that and they'll hold it against you. Boasting a fanciful hairstyle launches you disappointment. Some of them with the lights,